342 minus 173. You can't take 3 from 2. 2 is less than 3, so you look at the 4 in the tens place. Now that's really 4 tens, so you make it 3 tens. Regroup and you change the 10 to 10 ones, and you add them to the 2 and get 12. And you take away 3, that's 9. Is that clear? Now instead of 4 in the tens place, you got 3 because you added 1. That is to say 10 to the 2, but you can't take 7 from 3, so you look in the hundreds place. From the 3, you then use 1 to make 10 ones, and you know why 4 plus minus 1 plus 10 is 14 minus 1, because addition is communicative, right? And so you got 13 tens, and you take away 7, and that leaves 5. Well, 6, actually. But the idea is the important thing. Now go back to the hundreds place, and you're left with 2, and you take away 1 from 2, and that leaves... Everybody got 1? Not bad for the first day. Hooray for new math, new math. It won't do you a bit of good to review math. It's so simple, so very simple, that only a child can do it. Now, actually, that is not the answer that I had in mind, because the book that I got this problem from wants you to do it in base 8. But don't panic. Base 8 is just like base 10, really, if you're missing 2 fingers. Shall we have a go at it? You can't take 3 from 2. 2 is less than 3, so you look at the 4 in the 8's place. Now, that's really 4 8s, so you make it 3 8s, regroup, and you change the 8 to 8 ones, and you add them to the 2, and you get 1 2 base 8, or in base 10 base 10, and you take away 3, that's 7. Now, instead of 4 in the 8's place, you got 3 because you added 1, that is to say 8 to the 2, but you can't take 7 from 3, so you look in the 64s. 64. How does 64 get into it? I hear you cry. Well, 64 is 8 squared, don't you see? Well, you ask a silly question, you get a silly... From the 3, you then use 1 to make 8 ones, and you add those 8s to the 3, and you get 1 3 base 8, or in other words, in base 10, you have 11. Take away 7, and 7 from 11 is 4. Now go back to the 64s, and you're left with 2, and you take away 1 from 2, and that leaves... Now let's not always see the same hands. 1. Right. Whoever got that can stay after class and clean the erasers. Hooray for new math, new math. It won't do you a bit of good to review math. It's so simple, so very simple, that only a child can do it. Come back tomorrow night. We're going to do fractions.